We back, baby.
Found our place.
That yo, slide that yo, slap this yo, the crib.
What's she up to? Where you going?
Yeah, heavy is good. Heavy is reliable. Doesn't work, you can drill.
Welcome to Thailand.
Thailand. See, everyone has me to thank for the reason we're in Thailand. We were talking about either Thailand, Wales. I love Wales, don't get me wrong, but this time of year, Wales, not so great. Thailand, Wales, or Belgium. And I remember going, right, we need to go to Thailand. Some people were on board, some not. I was here earlier in the year, loved the place, and as soon as I found out this studio was here, I sort of made it this was my year's mission to get us here.
It was almost a bit of a joke when we first started coming up with the idea to come here. We were talking about where to make the record, and we've been to Vader a few times and that wasn't available. So at first we were like, yeah, let's go to Thailand. And then it worked out, actually, this could be possible to do. So, you know, why wouldn't you jump at the opportunity to do it?
First person I converted, Max, bang. As soon as you converted Max, he's on your team. Next person I converted, Dan. Chewy, I just sort of just had to be like, do you want to go to Thailand? He's like, yeah, sick. And then we converted Josh last.
This recording process is somewhat unique in comparison to records we've made before, because we are in a part of the world that we've never even been as a band, making an album.
Yeah, I mean, ask 5 lads whether they want to record in the UK in a dark room or record in the jungle in Thailand. What are you going to choose?
We've never had that before. Usually when we've made records outside of England, like when we've made them in California, it's sort of like you go to studio 10 till 7 and that's your day. Whereas here, we can go on as late as 2, 3 in the morning and just roll into bed.
To be living and experiencing what we are doing right now in Thailand at Karma Studios is we're making a record that we're very passionate about and we really believe is some of the strongest music we've made for such a long time. And, you know, we're stepping our game up.
I think this has probably been the least stressful album making experience we've had so far.
We are a brotherhood. But there's a level of how we're all working right now that we all understand what each other wants to achieve. I think you'll be able to hear that coming through in the music.
That's where this is the bit. Oh, bollocks.
Well, it's like SUCKAPUNCH.
Then what? We only play that chorus 3 times, full time together. Does that make sense?
It's very hard to be stressed and get cabin fever when you're in somewhere like this.
Rails are friends.
This body of music it's been a long process making this, you know. It really started the month after we released Six, which was October, November 2018. We had time to make new music, and Dan, Matt and Chris wrote a song called What's It Like, and the minute Josh and myself heard it, we're like, that is such a strong song that doesn't sound like anything we've done before. And I think that was a creative driver to really push what this record was going to be about, is going out of the comfort zones and messing with experimental sounds and genre mashing a little bit, because we have such a broad taste of music in You Me at Six.
I think everything about this record and the speed in which things are being done and the challenges that we're taking on are like, it feels easy. Maybe it's just because we're getting, you know, more used to, over the years, we've made more and more records. There doesn't seem to be a challenge, like we're even writing songs and recording songs whilst we're here, which we've never really done before either.
Just to give it, in the sustain, that would have to be the It's been a year's process making this record, from developing songs that have been written from the UK, some of them were written in America, some have been just written here on the fly, you know, like there's a song that we've written here called What You're Doing Right Now. It was created here, and 2-3 days later we were recording it, and that's the excitement of what we're making, is doing risky stuff like recording a song for a record that's only been created 2 days before that.
Go.
Oh, hi. Welcome to Thailand.
Mama seen, I want to numb the pain. You want to get clean. Make me feel alive. Make me feel alive. Oh, fucking dead inside. When I drink beer, I also take Max Man. One, two, three, and four.
Oh, I thought you counted us in.
We love being in the studio like this. I've always said this is my favourite time of being in a band, is although, you know, I love shows and I love meeting fans and I love seeing people's reactions to songs. I think this creative side of it is my favourite time. And getting to do that with Dan Austin again is, you know, it's great. He's like the sixth member of our band.
Oh, sorry, I thought you meant when it disappeared.
This is the second record we've done with Dan Austin, the legend that is Dan Austin. He's an amazing producer. We first worked with him when we did our song called The Swarm, and he was Gil Norton's engineer. And we got along with him really well, and then he hit us up later, and we did 6 with him, and we loved it. And this record has been even more. We're trying just such crazy, crazy stuff that we just would never have tried on our first, second, third, fourth record. Just mad effects, vocal effects. The other day we like triple tracked this bass. I was trying to make it sound like Tool to some of the others.
When you come out of the mid-late, it's building and building and building, it drops down. Are you still going to do that idea? Before it goes into the thing.
Sub drops there, yeah. Last record we were getting to know each other and finding our feet with each other, and we created, I think, a fantastic record. But on this one, a lot of that getting to know each other and working what works with different people and how to get the best results out of each other is sort of out of the way. And I think we're just constantly now pushing each other to see how far we can go.
We know each other so much better than we did at the start of the last album process, and that's meant that we can all be a little bit more open, be a little bit more creative, and there's no sort of that teething process of getting to know someone. We're straight in, and we've developed that sound, and everything that we're trying and experimenting on 6, we've then taken it even further this time. So it's just really exciting, and do you know what it is? It's plain and simply just really fun.
A minor, it was A minor, E minor, C.
He's someone that we feel very comfortable working with and hanging out with, just as a friend, whether we're working or not.
When I see Dan Austin jumping up and down at the mixing desk with pure excitement and joy, that inspires me to go 120%, because he's given me that energy, and I'm like, wow, we're creating something special here, and I feel that. So I want to deliver.
You're a bunch of pricks. Fuck this.
It's clouding my energy. My mind's playing tricks on me. It won't stop, no it don't stop till it's over.
That's business stuff, Jeff. That's great. Economy back there. Economy.
Chemicals, it won't stop, no it don't stop till it's over. And I know that there's something in the water can control it, taking over, leaves me out like I just took a punch. Stop the clocks, it won't stop, filling up my lungs, coursing through my mind. The adrenaline is kicking in, half five, think I lost my mind. It's kicking in, adrenaline. my lungs, coursing through my blood. The adrenaline.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
The clocks it won't stop, filling up my lungs, coursing through my blood. Adrenaline is kicking in, head fucked, think I lost my touch. Oh my God, it won't stop, won't stop. Adrenaline is kicking in.
I think I need to do one thing at the end.
Come on.
There it goes.
Shut it!
Can we just do one more verse, Josh?
Cool.
Don't need the pre anymore. I've got absolute bags of that.
Thank you, bud.
We are really trying to do things differently. So, you know, it's really fun just to sit behind creating synth sounds, you know, and working with Dan and trying to do stuff that's a little bit more the old school way in a new way.
It was almost things that we touched on at Vader and with the album 6.
8 bars to there, okay?
Like my Rihanna.
I love everything.
I record some of the drums at like half speed, which is quite difficult to do, to get a good feel and a good groove. But then once you speed it up, you get this really quite unique sound, and it works for like the kind of heavier, punkier, rockier tracks that we have on this record. Just some of the sounds and the creativeness of that room that we're in. Yeah, it's just playing in there. It's an amazing studio.
1,000,002. 1,000,003. 1,000,004. That'll do.
Thailand, I think maybe the Far East in general is a place that sort of sets up a mentality very differently to the ones that we'd have if we were recording in England or perhaps America. So I'm glad we've done it. I think it's definitely an experience that we all needed individually right now, but also to do something that's completely left field of what we've done before, I think is really, can only be a positive thing.
It's just, everything is just top tier. It's unbelievable. There's something about it, it encapsulates something so magic, and that's not what you get these days when you're in a studio.
From a selfish point of view for us and for me and the boys, I think it's very satisfying to just be free and write exactly what we want to write and not really worry about what people think. I think if people like it, great. If they don't, great. As long as they're talking, that's all we want.
Look around, look behind me. Like, I'm sitting in a beautiful condo house with a studio. This is any musician's dream to get to do something like this, you know? And you can never take these moments for granted, so I think really I'm living and breathing this experience right now for what I've gone through in my life, and I sit here now and go, maybe that was all meant to happen. Maybe that was moments in my life that was just setting me up for something bigger.